Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TalkTime podcast, where learning English is easy and interesting. I'm Anna.
Hi, Anna. It's great to be here with you again for another interesting episode.
I'm happy too because today we are talking about everyday conversations. We want to help our listeners speak naturally in daily life.
Oh, that sounds great. What is the first situation we are going to talk about today?
Let's start with the morning. Mark, what is the first thing you usually say when you wake up?
If I see my family, I always say good morning with a big smile. It is simple, but it immediately creates a good mood.
Oh, that is true. Sometimes I wake up very sleepy, so I just say morning in a quiet voice.
Yes, that is completely normal. Morning is a great casual way to greet people you know.
Exactly. But what if you are talking to your boss at work? Do you say the same thing?
No, not really. In that situation, I use a more formal greeting. I say, "Good morning, Mr. Smith," and sometimes I add, "How is your day going?" It sounds much more professional.
That's right. It all depends on who you were talking to. Small changes in words can make a big difference.
Exactly. After greetings, I usually talk about breakfast. I enjoy talking about food in the morning.
Really? How do you ask someone about breakfast? What phrases do you use?
I usually ask my wife, "What are we having for breakfast today?" Or sometimes I say, "Have you made coffee yet?"
Wow, have you made coffee yet is definitely a daily question for me. I need coffee to wake up.
Me too. If there is no coffee, I become a little grumpy. Then I have to say, I'm going to buy a coffee.
Yes, that is daily life for many people. If you are enjoying this conversation, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to TalkTime Podcast, and share it with a friend who is learning English.
Yes, and if you are still listening, write the word coffee in the comments. We would love to see who loves coffee as much as we do.
That brings us to our next everyday situation.
Going to a local coffee shop is a great way to practice English.
Oh, I love coffee shops. Let's imagine we are in one right now. How do you order your favorite drink?
When I walk up to the counter, I like to be polite. I usually say, "Hello, could I please have a large latte?"
That is a perfect phrase. It sounds polite and natural because you used could I please have.
Thanks, Anna. What if you want something quickly and informally?
If I am in a hurry, I might just say, "Hi, a black coffee to go, please." It is short, but still polite because of please.
To go is a very important phrase for beginners. It means you want to take the drink outside the coffee shop, right?
Yes, exactly. If you want to stay inside the coffee shop, you can say, "To stay, please."
Great example. So to go means takeaway, and to stay means you will drink it inside.
Simple and useful.
What about paying? The barista usually asks a standard question, cash or card?
Yes, you hear that in almost every coffee shop.
I usually answer, card please, and then I tap my card on the machine.
Technology makes everything so easy these days. No long explanations needed.
But what if the card machine does not work? That can be a little stressful.
That is a classic situation. I usually ask, can I try again? Or do you take cash?
Exactly. Those two phrases can help you in a difficult situation. It is always good to have a backup plan.
Definitely. Now let's move on to another part of the day. Traveling to work or school.
Traveling can be interesting. I usually take the bus, so I often check the schedule. How would you ask someone for help at a bus stop?
Excuse me, do you know what time the next bus arrives?
Excuse me is the perfect way to get someone's attention politely.
Exactly. And if the bus is very late, someone might say, "The traffic is terrible today."
Traffic? Nobody likes traffic. If I am late for a meeting, I have to call a coworker.
What do you say on the phone when you are stuck in traffic?
Hi, I'm sorry, but I'm stuck in traffic. I'll be about 10 minutes late.
That is a very clear and helpful message. It explains the problem and gives a time. Perfect.
Yes, it is always better to communicate clearly. It shows respect for other people's time.
Now, let's go back to our daily conversations. Let's talk about what happens when you arrive at work or school.
The first thing you do is walk into the office and see your coworkers. What is the most common question you ask them?
I usually say, "How are you?" Or more casually, "How's it going?" It is short, friendly, and relaxed.
Exactly. And how do you answer when a coworker asks you that? Do you tell them your whole life story?
No, not usually. I just say, "Good, thanks. How about you?" Simple, polite, and clear.
That's right. There's no need to explain everything. A short answer is perfect in the workplace.
What if you are actually having a bad day? Is it okay to tell a coworker?
To be honest, I'm a bit tired today. It is honest, but still polite.
Oh, to be honest is a wonderful expression. It shows that you are sharing your real feelings.
Yes, it helps create a warmer connection with coworkers.
Now, let's change the topic and talk about lunch break, my favorite part of the day.
Lunch is a great chance to relax and talk with people. I often ask my friends, where should we go for lunch?
That is a classic question. But what if you want to suggest a specific place, like a sandwich cafe or a sushi restaurant?
I would say, how about we get some sushi today? It is a nice way to make a suggestion without sounding bossy.
Oh, the phrase, "how about," is very useful. You can use it for almost any suggestion.
Exactly. For example, how about a walk after work? Or how about watching a new series tonight?
Mark, you are on fire today. Those are excellent examples for our listeners.
Thank you, Anna. I do my best.
After lunch, we usually have to go back to work and talk about tasks.
That's right. Sometimes you need help from a coworker. How can you ask for help politely without sounding demanding?
I usually say, "Could you help me with this report when you have a minute?"
That is very polite. The phrase, when you have a minute, shows that you respect the other person's busy schedule.
Exactly. It gives the other person a choice. They can answer, "Sure, I can help you right now."
And what if they are busy? What might they say?
"I'm a bit busy right now, but I can help you after 3 o'clock.
That is a completely normal answer. It is not rude at all. It simply explains the situation.
Yes, English speakers really appreciate a combination of clarity and politeness. It makes work much easier.
Now let's move to the end of the workday. Are you ready to go home and relax?
Ah, that is the best feeling. When I leave, I always say to my team, "Have a good evening, everyone."
Have a good evening is a classic and professional phrase. What do you say to a close friend from work?
To a close friend, I usually say, "See you tomorrow," or "Catch you later."
Catch you later is a great casual expression. It simply means see you later.
Yes, people use it all the time in informal conversations with friends.
I really like that phrase too.
And now you are finally at home. It is time to talk about dinner with your family or roommates.
Ah, dinner conversations. This is when people talk about cooking or ordering food.
How do you ask someone if they want to cook or order food?
I usually ask, do you want to cook tonight or should we order pizza? It gives two clear options.
I always choose pizza. It is much easier after a long day at work.
I knew you would say that. Ordering food is a very popular choice on weekdays.
That is true, but if you decide to cook, the first thing to do is check the fridge. What do you say then?
I look inside and say, we have some chicken and vegetables. We can make a stir fry.
That sounds delicious. We can make is a simple way to suggest a dinner plan.
Exactly. It is practical and helps people decide quickly. And cooking together can be a lot of fun.
That is true. After dinner, it is time to relax and enjoy the evening.
After dinner, people often talk about their favorite evening activities.
Mark, what do you usually do in the evening to relax? Do you watch series or read books?
I love watching a good series. I often tell my friends, I'm watching a really interesting series right now.
That is a great conversation starter. Then your friends can ask, what is it about?
And I can simply explain it is a story about a young family living in London.
The present simple tense is perfect for describing the story of a book or television show. It sounds natural and clear.
Exactly. You do not need complicated grammar when you're simply talking with friends.
What about reading? I prefer reading books before bed because it helps me relax.
That sounds wonderful. How do you tell someone about the book you are reading?
I simply say, I'm reading a detective book about historical events at the moment. It is very exciting.
The phrase at the moment is very useful too. It means the same as right now, but sounds more natural.
Yes, it is a great alternative, so you do not repeat the word now too often.
By the way, let's talk about weekends. Weekend plans are one of the most popular conversation topics.
Definitely. On Thursdays and Fridays, people often ask, do you have any plans for the weekend?
That is probably the most common weekend question. How do you answer if you do not have any special plans?
I usually say, not much, just relaxing at home. How about you? It is an easy way to return the question.
Perfect. And what if you have something exciting planned, like a trip to the beach?
Then I say, I'm going to the beach with some friends on Saturday. I'm really excited.
Using I'm going to is perfect for future plans that are already decided.
Exactly. We use going to when we have already made a decision about the future. It sounds confident and natural.
Great job, Anna. You explain grammar very naturally through examples. I'm sure our listeners enjoy it.
Thank you, Mark. Examples are always better than long lists of rules from a textbook.
I completely agree. Real conversations help people learn English the way it is actually spoken.
Let's look at one more common topic, talking about the weather.
Oh yes, people love talking about the weather, especially in English-speaking countries.
It is a classic small talk topic. How do you usually start a conversation about the weather?
If it is a nice day, I simply say, beautiful weather today, isn't it?
I love that phrase. Adding isn't it makes it a tag question and invites the other person to agree.
And what do people usually say on a sunny day?
They almost always say, yes, it's lovely, or absolutely, it's gorgeous today. It creates an instant positive connection.
And what if it is raining heavily? What do you say then?
Raining cats and dogs is a funny English idiom. If the rain is very heavy, I might say, it's freezing today, or I hate this rain.
Those are very relatable phrases. Everyone knows the feeling of being stuck in cold, rainy weather.
Exactly. No matter what the weather is like, talking about it is an easy way to start a conversation.
And break the ice is another useful idiom. It means to start a conversation with someone you do not know.
Yes, it helps people feel more comfortable and relaxed in social situations.
Today we covered many everyday situations, Anna, from morning greetings to weather conversations.
I hope our listeners feel more confident now and can use these phrases in real life.
Practice is the key to success. The more you use these simple sentences, the easier they become to remember.
Absolutely. Use these phrases every day, and English will become a natural part of your life.
If you enjoyed today's lesson, Do not forget to subscribe to TalkTime Podcast. Give this episode a like and leave a comment telling us which phrase you are going to use today.
Thank you so much for listening. Keep practicing your English, and we wish you a wonderful evening.
Goodbye, friends. We'll see you in the next episode.